Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you are welcome. My name is Anita Phone, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorial on my channel. If you're a member, you are welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how to cut and sew this simple skirt step by step. It was a requested tutorial, so if you want to know how I'll be going about it, keep on watching. First thing I did was to go ahead and fold my fabric right side facing each other. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead now. I will draw a straight line, which is going to be my waistline. Measure from my waist to my hip deep line, which is 7.5 inch, and I will mark and connect it up with a straight line. After doing so, I will go ahead now, come on my waistline. I will take round my waist, which is 27. 27 divided by 4 is going to give me 6.075. I'll add 1 inch for my dart and 1 inch for my sewing allowance. I'll come on my hip deep. I'll take round my hip, which is 36. 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9 inch, and I'm going to mark it up. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. After doing so, I'll come here, take my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8 inch divided by 2 is going to give me 4. I will mark it up and I connect it up like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move down to 5 inch. How deep I want my dart to be is 5 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark half inch both sides. Then when I'm done doing so, I'll go ahead to connect it up like this. After doing so, I'll go ahead to pin it up. Then I'll continue it straight all the way to the length of my skirt. If you're making a pencil skirt, you're supposed to measure up whatever you have here, then you minus 1.5 inch. But since I'm not going to be making a pencil skirt, I'll just go ahead to connect it all the way straight downward. After connecting that up, what I'm going to do is to cut that off. When I'm done cutting it, I'll go ahead to fold again my fabric right side facing each other. Take this front piece and place it up while leaving 1 inch for my zipper allowance. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. When I'm done cutting it, the next thing I want to do is to notch up my dart like this. Then for the front, I'm going to go down by ½ inch and connect it all the way to the side seams like this. And we'll cut that off only for the front. When we are done doing so, next thing I'm going to do is I'll open that up and I'm going to pin up my dart like this. Notches to notches, I'll place them up together and I'm going to pin it up. Now do the same thing to the back piece as well. Remember, the back, you're supposed to separate it into two, okay? When I'm done pinning it, I'm going to take it to the machine and I'm going to stitch all. When we are done stitching that up, what you're going to do is to go to your ironing board, press that up to lay everything flat. This is what it looked like after pressing it up and stitching. You see, very neat. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to be joining up the side seams together and pin them up. Okay, open it up like this. Then I'll pick the front. I'm going to be joining it to the two back piece. Place your right side facing each other. After pinning the side seams, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be pinning the back. But before we go ahead to pin up the back, what we're going to do is to go ahead to measure up our waistband. Remember, my waistband, I cut it into four. When I fold it up like this, I'll have 2 inch. So I'll be leaving 2 inch mark from that 2 inch downward all the way to 9 inch. That is where my zipper is going to end. Then I want to leave this down now. I'll be marking 11 inch. Then I'll stitch from here to here. Pin that up. After pinning, we'll take it to the sewing machine and stitch that up. I'll stitch 1 inch away from the side seams because that's what I added for my sewing allowance. Next thing I'll do after stitching is to take it to my ironing board and press it to lay everything flat. So you can see the way it's looking. Very neat. And then you can go ahead to zigzag it or overlock it. I just went ahead to trim off the excess. This is what it's looking like at the opening of the back. Next thing we're going to do is to join our waistband to it. I'll just fold my waistband so you can see I'm going to be placing it up like this. From that's pinning the right side facing right side. I'll go ahead and pin it all the way to the other side, and when I'm done doing so, I'll take it to my sewing machine and stitch that up. After stitching, you can overlock it or zigzag it. We've already added the waistband to it. The only thing left to add is the zipper, and we'll hem the downer part of the skirt and we'll be done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to flip it to the wrong side. I'm going to be adding an invisible zip for on this skirt. I'm just going to mark where I will stop stitching from. Then I'll place the right side of my zipper facing the right side of my main piece. And that line that I have there, I'm going to go ahead, I will pin the zip right on that line. After pinning, I'll take it to my machine and I'm going to go ahead and stitch. Then I'll be folding 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch and hem that up, and I'll go ahead and stitch, add my zipper to it, then I'll hem the downer part and I'm done. I'm sorry I could not finish stitching the zipper on camera. Okay, but just go ahead and add up your zipper, hem the downer part, and you'll be done with your skirt. I hope you find this helpful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment and share. I hope to see you on our next DIY. Bye bye.